Welcome back to another adventure as I build a maple syrup cooker out of some oil tanks. We got our start with an open fire and wanted to make some improvements for next season. Just about ready to get started on our maple syrup oil tank evaporator. A lot of thought has been going into it. Basically took and leveled it off and drew a line down just right where it starts to go across and get that arch off of that top of that oil tank. It's going to leave about a 12 to 13 inch door. Put some air intakes in the back, below the door I should say, and then in the back we'll have the flue we'll set up there, and we'll cut off the top of our tank. We leveled it up, took a look, put some feet on it, and leveled her up so that we could get our line drawn across the side. And we're going to use our Sawzall and our torch, Milwaukee torch blade to go ahead and cut the sides off. And we'll get back to you once we get cutting, and continue to take a look at our oil evaporator, our oil tank evaporator for our maple syrup for next year. So we've been going across the horizontal side of our oil tank. Got about 2/3 of the way across, or just zipping right along, and starting to bow out a little bit. We'll get that secured back up with angle iron once we get further. So we'll finish up our horizontal cut, and then we'll start going up and around for that arch. So I decided to take the end off so I can reuse the cap, but instead of trying to grind the entire round arch, I decided to take it off this way in hopes to realign it and match it up the best I can to reattach when we get back to the chimney for that flue. So we've got the top just about cut off. I've got about 6-8 inches to go. Getting pretty flimsy. This side sprung out on me as well. Recommend using gloves, obviously. And I'll finish up this side here, and we'll have ourselves a beginning of our maple syrup arch all cut up. So we just took some time to soak up all the fuel and cut the hole in. I got to do some grinding and kind of get that cleaned up a little bit, and then I'll reattach that back arch, take a strap and bring that barrel back in so that I can attach a little bit easier. But we'll have our collar and our 8-inch flue will basically go right on there, and from there we'll have our collar. We'll clean that up, protect it a little bit, and should be in good shape. So right now we're just burning off the fuel drum, trying to clean it out so I can start welding. Got a little water in it because it just rained, and I don't have many materials to do a big burn, if you will. So just using a propane torch and just burn it out this way under controlled. Got some water nearby, and should be in good shape in just a little bit. So far it's going well. So we just started to reattach our two parts of our tank for our half circle, so that we can cover up where the chimney flue is going to be going. Still have to clean up that chimney flue, and got to work on welding and tapping it down, cleaning it up, so we get a good weld. So kind of our next stage, just taking some time and doing some welding and cleaning. So we burned it out real quick. I got the plug out of it, got rid of all the other oil. It's gonna need another burnout as well. I started putting in the blower combustion hole tonight, trying to shore up our sides with the oil drum that popped out once we got that top off. I have to do a little bringing that side back in so that we can get that piece back on so it's nice and level. So next step will be really getting that edge done so we can work on getting the middle all completed. So we've got our frame built. Got a stitch weld, just tacked it on there so that I could keep measuring and keep cutting. But overall, frame looks pretty good. A little bit of grinding, a little bit of finish welding. Get another support in there, make sure it doesn't bow on us. And all in all, it looks like it's coming together. Last night, got the rest of the framing kind of tacked in there, figured out a few measurements. Today, just taking a look at the door. Gonna get the door cut in. Did a little grinder to get a hole started, and then the Sawzall to go ahead and cut the width and the length. Got our air intakes down here so that we can get our draft going, and gonna continue cutting out that door.
Thank you for watching the first part of our maple syrup cooker build. Stay tuned for part 2.